I also just feel like it's a lot more difficult to be like engaged in class and whatever as well as a result. Like it's hard to ask questions. I mean, I know in uni it's not exactly like a class, it's like a lecture, right? So do you even like get to really ask questions? I've never been to uni, obviously, so I don't know if it's like, is it an open question thing, or do you just kind of sit there, listen, take notes while the professor does a lecture, like, and do you keep all the questions till the end, or can you interrupt? And I don't actually know, because I don't think uni works like a normal school. Like, I'm doing an online course in C# right now. It's a coding language, and I'm using it as a way to get into Unity, right? It's a game dev, and it's like an online video-based course. And it's nothing like, you know, it's not like a uni in a Zoom fucking call or anything. But you know, it's a paid for course. It's a pretty good course. But one of the things I'm struggling with is like, I can always like pause the video and go back and listen to it again, it's not a problem, but sometimes I need to ask questions or like find context to what they say, because it's impossible to cater to everyone with how you talk and how you present things. So for me it's really difficult to like keep up with the course, and I have to like go back and like do the lessons again to get it to stick, which is really annoying because it's like such a time commitment. But now I can make a text-based video game. And I can also make an RNG machine.
That large vault has got to be somehow
No direct contact to teachers either. The interactions are probably some of the most fun parts of uni. Yeah, it's like a social thing as well, right? Class, you can usually ask questions whenever it's not as dry as some people may think. Surely different. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure like it's also like about the personality that the professors have. It's not like clear cut. Listen to me. This is a lecture. Just take notes and shut up. Like some people are like a lot more engaging and ready for questions and stuff like that. I definitely want to go to uni. When this year started, I said that my goal would be to have saved up enough money so that I can move back to Copenhagen and apply for uni within 2 years. So I'm 25 now, so I would be at latest, the highest age I would be if I follow that goal would be 27 when I start uni, which I feel like it's kinda late, but it's never too late. It's never too late to start learning. Definitely not too late, but I do feel like I'm a little bit not too old, but I feel like I should have done that like 3 years ago. Ryan, what's going on, random 4C? But my priorities, I don't know. I've never liked school all that much. I've always been like very easily burned out by school. So the whole like going to high school, or as we call it in Denmark, like gymnasium and stuff like that, I could not mentally maintain the idea of like going back to school after that for a while. Whoa, do not run off the edge. So I went to get a job, and I worked that job for about a year, and then I was in this weird situation where I was like living on borrowed time, if that makes sense. Like I didn't feel like I was welcomed in the place I was living, because I was living with my grandparents, and after I lost my job, before I went to GDQ, they were kind of pushing for me to start paying rent, and if I couldn't pay rent, I'd have to move out. And I mean, I think that's entirely fair, right? But the point of that is that now I'm forced to have a job, because now I live on my own. This is my apartment. This is me and Jake living here, and I'm the one paying the fucking rent. Okay? So if I stop having a job to go into studying, then my life is gonna drastically change in every possible way. I would either have to move home and live with my parents, or my mom, rather. Or I would have to get a really, really, really shitty one-room apartment somewhere in the city while going to school and having like a job at fucking, I don't know, 7-Eleven or some shit. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to support myself and pay the rent. And that's like such a fucking difference in like quality of life. Okay? My life right now is pretty good, okay? I can buy literally whatever the fuck I want. I'm making plenty of money. My job isn't a complete nightmare. I mean, it's not a great job. It's not that interesting to be there or very challenging or anything, but I make good money, so my life is pretty good, okay? I'm very fortunate. I'm very, like, entitled, almost. So if I have to go back to studying, my entire life would have just, like, it'd snap. It'd be completely different. And it's not something that you know, it takes a lot of guts to just, like, fucking change your life like that, and I'm not ready for it. I don't want to, like, take a hit on my quality of life, right? I'm very happy with how my life is right now. I don't really want to change too much. But at the same time, this is, like, my life right now, it's not something that I want to do until I retire, you know what I mean? Like, I do want to get a proper education, a good, much better paying job that isn't nearly as physically fucking demanding. Because what I do right now requires a lot of, like, physical endurance. I'd rather just sit in an office and make, like, double the money I make now for, like, you know, much less physical effort. Work in an office or in a studio or something. A similar feeling as me, but during your apprenticeship you learn and then help you shape personality, figure yourself out. Yeah, no, I feel that and I get that. You kind of like develop a lot as a person when you go through these things. But for me it's like, you know, I kind of have a family to take care of now. It kind of feels weird to say, but like, you know, Jake is just gonna like get sent the fuck back to England if like we can't pay rent and shit like that. And I have a dog now and I have to take care of him. And if you go into an apartment, they don't all, you know, allow you to have dogs, especially not if it's like a studio. Like my future and my life is obviously more important than having a dog. So you could argue that I should just give up the dog if I really want to channel my passions and whatever, but I don't know, there's a lot of factors that make me feel kind of like bogged down a little bit. But there's also just the fear of like, I don't want to lose my living standard right now. And I know that my living standard is gonna change drastically if I go to uni. But then again, it has to take a dip before it can get better, because if I'm gonna get like a well-paying, less demanding job, then that requires me to get an education first. And I can't get an education unless I cut down on all these other things. So it's one of those like weird dilemmas.
Oh, I figured out a way.
Can you please get up there? There we go. And yeah, Blitz, I feel fortunate, but also, I mean, I didn't get my job during the Corona crisis. I got it way before. I'm fortunate that I got to keep my job and that, you know, I got to keep working. And yeah, I mean, I could become a bigger streamer, Random Forcey, but it's not really that easy to just be like, I'm gonna be a big streamer now. And also, it's a process. If I'm gonna make money streaming and make enough money that I can supplement the income I would get from going to uni, I would need a lot more subs and stuff than I do right now. And basically, I only get viewers when I play Sly. So what happens when I get sick of Sly and I decide I want to play something else and I get like 5 viewers? What happens then? You know? Then suddenly that whole the feeling of like, oh, streaming is a fun thing I do on the side, and also I get to make some pocket change from it occasionally. That feeling goes away and it becomes this anxiety ridden, like I have to stream every day. If I miss a stream, I'm gonna lose like this amount of money probably in subs, etc. And I don't... First of all, I don't know if I have the personality to become like a huge streamer, and secondly, it's like... it takes away a lot of what makes streaming fun in the first place. And like, hell, even now, like, I struggle to like have subs, right? Like, you're not subbed, for instance. There's plenty of people in my chat right now that are subbed to like, I don't know, Gnist, but not to me. Because... okay, I realized I just like shrug and were like, what? There, I know the reasons. First of all, Gnist streams all the time. And has been for a long time, whereas I've had a long break, and... you know, you know, it's not that consistent. But you're not hearing me like complain about it, because that's just how it is. I understand how Twitch works. If you wanna grow your stream, you have to be consistent and you have to deliver and stream for longer periods of time per session. And you also need something unique. The thing that used to make my stream unique was that I played Sly. Because like no one else really played Sly on Twitch. But like now that plenty of people are playing Sly, it's like a different story, because what I offer you can get elsewhere. Right? You can get Sly content from like 15 other people on Twitch now. So why pick me over others? There's so many like factors that goes, Jake, how many fucking drinks do you need? This fucking huge cracking sound like every other 5 minutes. Oh, come on. This is such a bad fish. Oh, fuck this piece of fucking garbage game. I don't even know how much time I just lost. Yeah, a lot of the Sly streamers that you might be subbed to right now, Random, were probably inspired to speedrun Sly because of me, and they were introduced to Sly because of me. I was the first one to like do it on the scale that is expected now. Come on, get up. And like someone like, you know, Neon, right? He got introduced to speedrunning through Synthro. But Synthro got inspired to speedrun Sly, you know, through me. So it's like, even if your favorite streamer isn't necessarily directly influenced by me, they'll be influenced by someone that was. Right? If you're like exclusively a Sly person. Fuck this. I am so fucking sick and tired of these fucking cocks, dude. Why did they spawn on me like that? It's so unfair. Those good chickens, though. Except for me getting hit. It's hard to say who introduced me to speedrunning. I think, because I always played Counter-Strike, and like obviously Counter-Strike is a modification of Half-Life. And obviously Half-Life and like Doom and Quake are very prominent speedrunning games. So I remember once just like chilling with my some of my Counter-Strike buddies, just sitting on YouTube and hanging out on either TeamSpeak or Ventrilo, whatever we used at the time. And we came across this video called How to Beat Half-Life in 30 Minutes or something. And it was the Half-Life community that had done a segmented run where they spliced together the good bits of each part of the game. And yeah, I watched that run and I'm like, whoa, this is ridiculous, this is awesome. And then after a while, you know, I started realizing that speedrunning is a little bit more than just that video. Like, I learned who like Worster was, for instance, the Pokemon speedrunner. I began watching some of the GDQs where Adam AK was doing like Vice City. Worster was doing Pokemon, Studio did Half-Life 2, Cool Kid did Half-Life 1. I think there was a Portal run in there as well. And it was like, whoa, that was, I think it was AGDQ 2014, I think. GDQ 2014. And I was so inspired by all the, like, shit that happened on that stream. Like, are you serious right now? I love each and every single one of these games and they're just getting fucking bodied by these nerds. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I actually, like... I don't know. So after that event, after I saw that on Twitch, I was like, yo, this is fucking dope as fuck. So I looked up Adam AK on Twitch, I looked up Worster, and I started watching them for a while. And then I'm like, yo, I really like Sly Cooper, and fucking hell, I love Crash Bandicoot as well. I wonder if anyone speedruns these games. So I looked up, I looked at the Twitch, the directory or whatever. I looked up like Crash speedrunning, and I saw people like Jack, and Pete, and Sword of Seals, and Mr. Bean, and all these other people. And I'm like, yo, this is awesome. So I started watching Crash Bandicoot through there, and Whip was doing Crash 1, and which was really cool because I knew Whip already from Counter-Strike. And then there was like 2 people, or maybe 3 people doing, or there was 3 people doing Sly. It was Surreal, Sharo, and Lovable Lamp Chop. So by the time I got an NTSC, PS2, and a capture card, Surreal had stopped running Sly and just stopped streaming in general. But you know, Sharo and Chop were going, so I guess they introduced me to Sly speedrunning. Those 3. But by the time I started running, Chop had kind of quit. And Sharo was on and off all the time, so he was like there half the time and the other time half he wasn't there. So for a long time it was really only myself that did Sly. For like a long time. And then other people came in, like Gnist came, and like GameCuber and Cooper Crisp started streaming instead of doing just YouTube. Didn't I speak? Yeah, I did. I had the CSGO practice course record for a while. I think I'm like 2nd or 3rd now. I haven't done a run in that for like 3 years. Jack is a legend. I miss Jack. It was really fucking dope, like hanging out with him at ESA. There was like that 1 year he went. I think it must have been 2017. It was this actually was it? It was the same year where Saboom went, because Saboom like fell asleep on the floor like all the time. So mad you missed Jack at ESA. Yeah, dude, you should have been there. What happened to him? Well, when he first stopped streaming, he was like, he was talking about wanting to become like a, I don't know if he wanted to be a football player or a football coach, but it had something to do with football because he's really passionate about football. But then he came back to streaming for a while, and I don't really know why he's gone now. But yeah, what Jazzy just said is probably likely. I just remembered that Jack had this Google document that was called like his book of quotes, right? And that was like one of the greatest things ever. Dude, I love Jack's quotes so much. I had to like make my own fucking quote collection because I just thought it was fantastic. You made those? Fucking hell, dude. Why does that not at all surprise me that it was you that made those? Because I'm like pretty sure he didn't himself. Jack's quotes are legendary. Dude, fucking THJ? Is that... What was his first channel or whatever, like... something... CHJ Gaming? Something like that? I can make the possible impossible. Oh, Jesse. You beautiful man. Thank you for linking those. I'll have to look into it a little bit more after this run, because this is actually on pace TM. Why are you not? You know what? I'm gonna lose. Maybe actually, I don't know if I'll lose time on this split, because I have 15 to save, so it might just even out. But that was pretty fucking disastrous. That's what I get for saying I have a pace here. Yo, what up, Kane? I hope you're doing well, dude. This is the first run that made it past the Dread Swamp Path, and we're currently on pace. Dude, I don't know. I just love the old Sprash community, because there was always like some fucking drama going on, And I mean, drama isn't necessarily that good, but it was always like kind of fun to just be like a spectator of the drama. Just fucking sit back and watch all the idiots go at it. Well, not idiots, but you know, they're all good friends, but there's always something with Crashbot. Crashbot always did something fucking stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, as with all drama, Pete, drama can be fun to like be a spectator of, but like it's not always that fun to be a part of. It's Spike Vegeta. No, wait, that's my dad. Ready for a 3-day weekend? Hell yeah, dude. I have to work the next 3 days, but I just had 7 days off. So I can't really complain that much. I'm so pathetically bad at the belly bounce strat here.
Okay, partner.
No, I'll be honest, Pete, I don't actually remember much of the fucking Crash drama.
Hey, Sly.
Like, the only one that, like, comes to mind right now was, Mr. Bean being, like, really salty that you could do Road to Ruin skip. And he was like, hell no. That's like that's an emulator only thing. And he's like, sent you a disc and you proved that it wasn't an emulator only thing. That's like the only one that comes to mind. Like that and, this one wasn't fun though, I don't like this one. But like, Farian and like Dusteel and stuff put like Kalibo's run side by side with Swords. And like basically outed him publicly, saying that his run was worse. Which it was, let's be real here, but I feel like that was a really toxic way of showing it. Like basically shit-talking him. I don't think that was very fun or nice at all. I think that was a really shitty thing to do, honestly. But I thought it was really funny when you showed Bean that you could just like nail that strat, like no problem. With your fucking Lego controller, dude. That shit has an awful D-pad, I don't know how you do it. Oh my god, that is so shitty.
Nice shooting, Sly! Looks like we're in the clear.
Murray, that cave doesn't look tall enough for the turret to make it all the way through.
The D-pad destroys your thumb. It really does. I don't know if you had that controller for like your entire fucking like speedrunning career or whatever, but the one you brought to ESA just had the worst D-pad ever. I did not like it at all. So uncomfortable. But I must admit, it was pretty good at zigzagging. Like, it was very responsive, it was just incredibly painful. And like, zigzagging is already pretty painful as is.
Nice driving, Murray. Now we have enough data to open the security doors. Just past them is the control room to climb.
D-pad, oh, you had it for all your Crash PS1 shit. Okay, cool.
Don't you think, Sly?
Oh, look at this beautiful AI pathing. Oh, beautiful driving, Murray. Very, very well done. $105 win? No. No, stop. There we go, that was painfully bad, but whatever. What the fuck died? Jesus, man, this game. Gonna lose time, man, because of that. But whatever.
Smash through those gears with your cane. You've got to keep moving.
$105.
You're so familiar with my family. You must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show you.
This is where having had a lot of monsters really kicks me in the ass, cause like,
Well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create great thieves.
I don't know why I'm nervous. Like, this is a terrible run, but still, I can be like fucking on world record pace and be stone ice cold, but right now I can feel the nerves.
My intellect is refined. My experience is greater. You're the weakest Cooper I've yet encountered. You can't dodge me forever. You cannot escape me, Cooper Raccoon.
Okay, no purple rings.
Now's your only chance, Sly! You've got to get to his head and destroy it before his auto...
I am. Blue 7.
Easy every time. Clockwork jump, easy every time.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwork. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, yet they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me.
Not to cut like
I know he was
3.5 minutes or
He's
2.5
got more
minutes
heart
off.
than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita?
Looks like we're not gonna be friends anymore.
Now that Clockwork's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was gonna slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7,
A thin boy
6,
quote book at one point
5,
didn't get very far, like
4,
5 walrus quotes.
3,
Fuck
2,
yeah, dude. Thank you for the GGs and stuff.
1.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, gang.
I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
But hey, guess what? It's a new European world record. A new Denmark world record. It's like going for a jog and shitting your pants after the first 5 meters. Should you keep jogging and turn back and get a new pair of pants? I have like 2 pages full of stupid quotes myself. Thank you, Elliot. Much appreciated.